back, folks. You know what time it is. Yes, that's right. JDnFerg fantasy football episode. Now, with the preseason about to start in less than a month now, what we want to do is we want to just go ahead and give people some tips.
Tips and tricks.
For a lot of those people who haven't done this before and it's your first time, we're going to give you a little bit of advice. Let you into the mind of some geniuses so that way you guys can catch on and do some damage in your fantasy football leagues. Now, just right off top, when you're drafting, what is your first pick normally?
It's one of two things only. Your quarterback or your running back. And it all depends on fantasy points. How many fantasy points can I get out of who's left on the board? Who's going to give me the most fantasy points out of who's left on the board? Simple as that.
Right. I personally always go running back first, then quarterback, because those are your two moneymaker positions. Now, you get people that are going to go out there and you're going to see some Gronkowskis this season getting picked early, first round even. I've seen it already doing mock drafts. Yep. You'll see Calvin Johnson, which those players aren't bad, but they're not going to get a number that, let's say, Arian Foster or LaShawn McCoy are going to get you, or even Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady, which is his personal favorite this season. So, but those are positions that you could wait and get later on and still get a good amount of points.
Yeah, and even if you don't get that Gronkowski, say you wait till the third round, and you're like, okay, I want to try to take Gronkowski here. If he's not there, you know what? That's fine. Go and get a running back, or if you haven't picked up your quarterback yet, go get the quarterback. Because I'm telling you, a running back and a quarterback will always get you more points than a tight end. Any tight end, any running back practically, any quarterback. Just saying, folks, let's not be stupid.
You know? And with bench players, now, a lot of people, what they do is, since in standard leagues, you have 6 bench positions, okay? What a lot of people do is they'll pick one backup for each position. Now, a little tip that I found very helpful is, in my drafts, I never pick a backup kicker or a backup defense, especially if I get the elite kickers and defenses that are still on the board early enough.
That's right.
I don't do it. I save those extra picks for a backup quarterback, a backup tight end, which sometimes I still don't even do if there's not one worth picking at the time.
Right.
I wait till the season goes on, that bye week comes, and I try to get whoever's strongest for play. But I spend the rest of those slots on more wide receivers and running backs because there's so many in the league that you want to be the one to get that diamond in the rough before the next person can.
That's right. If you got a tidbit of information or a little funny feeling about a running back that's coming in or a wide receiver that's coming up and you're like, I think this guy's going to be good, don't pick up a backup tight end, kicker, or defense. It's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. Pick that guy up that you got an idea about, because what happens if that guy goes off the chain? And let me tell you a little tidbit of information. Way back in the day, Ray Rice's rookie year. Tell him, what round did I pick up Ray Rice?
I believe you got him in the 5th, 6th, 7th round, something like that. It was late.
9th round.
It was late.
9th round, because nobody else would touch him, and I was like, I'm taking that guy. Ray Rice in the 9th round his rookie year. Nobody heard him. Very little ever drafted that season. 9th round. What did that guy turn out to be? A monster, dude. That's what I'm saying. Just take it a little, if you got a little funny feeling about an extra guy, take that guy.
That's something else, too. You've got to learn to trust your gut when you're drafting. Don't always go by what players are projected, because if you're smart and you actually look at football and study what teams do, you might see something that's like, no, I don't like that projection. I don't think he's going to get that many points. But you might find someone else that you like that other people may not be noticing.
That's right.
Set the pace in your drafts as well.
Make sure you set the pace. And what that means is when you're getting ready to, say, take a defense, you got both your running backs, you got your tight end, or you got your quarterback, you got 2 wide receivers, and if you're feeling people really starting to get ready to jump on those tight ends, and you want to stop them, and you want them to come back to your playing field, take that defense. Because as soon as you take that defense, everybody's like, I'm going
Mad dash for defenses.
Mad dash for defenses. And guess what? Nobody's taking tight ends. So then when after you just got done taking, you were the first one to take your defense, everybody else just took their defense, guess what's over? Look, there's my tight end.
You make them play follow the leader.
That's right.
And something else that it's rare that it happens in now a modern era with technology, but it still does happen. It happened to a friend of mine last year where he was in the middle of a live draft with us and his computer went out. Internet, lost connection.
Yeah.
Set your pre-draft rankings. I know that you're not going to get the team that you want, the players that you want, but hey, even if you're there drafting, you still might not. So you're better off at least getting players that you feel more comfortable with than whatever the regular rankings are.
I agree with
before
that.
you do your draft.
Because, and if you think we're crazy, go on to some of these .coms, these ESPNs, NFLs, and MSN Sports, and all these people, Fox Sports. Look at who they have rated as some of the. Just look at their overall top 25 tight ends, top 25 wide receivers. You're gonna look at some of these guys and go like, "Are you kidding me? What were the heck they thinking?" Because we did.
Oh, and another thought that I want to put out there: sleepers. Okay. People, let's understand truly what a sleeper is. A sleeper are players that are unexpected, not the ones that are projected. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of players out there that all of a sudden have high, projections. People that weren't picked up so high last year, that doesn't constitute them as a sleeper. A sleeper are the ones that you could get after you've done your draft, dropping some other players or even making trades for other players, and they still tear it up. Like last year, Victor Cruz went undrafted in every draft, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think he was drafted at all.
Completely agree.
And look at what he did last year in the wide receiver position. So
you couldn't have gone wrong with him last year.
So
that's for
truly look for sleepers, ones that you don't expect to do great things.
Speaking of which, Cam Newton, was he drafted in anybody's league last year?
I believe it was rare. I don't think it was drafted.
Cam Newton, guy went for. What, combined 5,000 yards rushing and passing? Combined for 5,000 yards, something like that? I mean, an undrafted sleeper. That's what he's talking about.
So, with that being said, till next week, subscribe, share, show that you care.